All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. This is your host and pilot, Uncle B. Welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. Today we are back in the Delta 18, the Twin Beach, Beechcraft aircraft. We're going to go from Toronto, not the international airport, but a smaller airport here, like a regional one. We're going to taxi out, hit the runway 33. We're going to come out a little bit, probably out to here, and then we're going to hang a left and intercept our first nav point, which is a non-directional beacon. That's fine if you don't understand all that. Come along here, intercept a DME right there, and then the longest part of our flight will go from here all the way down to MTC, way down there, right there. And then we're gonna turn and come in to line up on runway 23 here. We have an ILS beacon. We'll tune into that, and that'll help guide us in. Good morning, Joseph. And then we'll be on the ground. We'll wrap this up and be done for the day. Tomorrow, we will be in the F-14 Tomcat. We will go from Brownsville to Titusville, the Air Force Base there, right near Kennedy Space Center. That's Brownsville is the closest one to where SpaceX is located there in Texas. So we're gonna do that flight tomorrow, same time, 7:10 Eastern. So we're gonna do that. Once I populate in spawn in over here at the my parking spot, I'll adjust the time accordingly so we're not doesn't turn into a late afternoon, almost evening time flight. We'll just try to move the time just enough that we have a nice sunrise flight to Detroit. Just a few clouds for the weather. This is the route. As always, the command is available for everybody to use. If you want to fly along, or if I'm already spawned in and you're not sure what the route is, there you go. That's a command that's available to everybody. Still on the Southeast Asia server, I do believe. Yep. So, hello, Amela. Thank you for the resub. Appreciate that. 4-month streak. Appreciate that. So yeah, that's what we got going on today. About an hour 14. We'll see if we can't get there a little bit quicker, but it may be a little bit. I think it may be more than than an hour 14. It's probably going to be closer to an hour and a half, roughly. I would envision. Let's see what else. I did get the new Italian fighter or training jet from India, Fox Echo. Apparently, let's talk about that for a minute while we're waiting to see if anybody else is going to join in, or if anybody wants to fly and needs some instructions or whatever. It turns out that all the systems are not 100% capable yet. It's a good plane, but it does have an autopilot system, but it's just a hot mess right now. I tried it last night. I was struggling. It's not very intuitive, because when you hover over buttons or knobs, it doesn't always tell you what they are. So it's kind of like you have to move around and look at things and try different things. It's just, I think it'd be, if we took off and did a flight from point to point, no navigation or anything like that, I think we could do it. But I did land. Well, I kind of landed. I crashed. But I gotta look at there's a video out that somebody did already. Quick, kind of a tutorial, but I gotta see how they did the landing. It's a very strange plane. It's not not what you expect how a plane to act. And but anyway, um, so yeah, I'll figure that out. But it should be a fun plane to fly eventually. It's like a sports car. It's ready to go. Like you don't have to put much throttle on to get it moving at the tarmac to taxi to your departure runway. It's it's wanting to go. Even when you stop to it's still got like power and it just wants to get out there and go. So it's a handful kind of. All right. Any questions or anything before I spawn in here? No questions? Anything? Nothing at all? All right. Let's go ahead and spawn in. We'll get our aircraft started up and we'll get the our radios and everything set and we'll be on our way. All right. So we'll change the time here once we're spawned in. Ooh. Ooh, wow, look at that already. We may not have, you know what? We may not adjust the time really at all. That looks pretty good right there already. Yeah, all right. Let's get this out the way. Do that before I forget. Fuel. Matter of fact, we'll top off on some fuel right now before I forget. Let's have a little wait here. No, not that much. All right, that should be good enough. All right, we got that done. Let's get our lights on. Now there should be a red. Oh. There, that's better. Let's get the avionics on. And we need to tune into our NDB, which is at 368. Alright, let's go over here and do that. Okay, there's that. And we hit our first UR. Our NDB tuned in at 115. There we go. We'll get that tuned in first. So we have that available. And I think, oh, you know what, we can put the, I think we'll be fine. Alright, let's talk to, only my assistant would have, oh, because it's an, oh. All right, let's go ahead and I didn't realize this is a non-towered field. Yeah, we won't mess with the time. It's just about perfect the way it is. Hopefully everybody's having a good Friday so far. You know, when I got up this morning, Joseph, I half expected to see you streaming. But you'd be on bus sim or train sim or something. So our runway is down to the left, or to the right, I mean. I think I have to cross over. Yeah, we'll go ahead and cross over since doing it in the evening. Okay. Fair enough. me just see what the 3001. Okay. Oh, actually, we don't need to worry about that because we've just only got the few clouds on. Okay. Pardon. Yeah, I thought you'd usually you're up, well, for you're up at your normal time, but you're usually streaming 4:30 my time sometimes. Put the red and dark red on for our flight today. Something a little different. It's called red and carmine red. Is the looks like trains. Looks like a train station right there, or something. Yeah, it looks like that's train tracks right next to the airport. Small freight yard or something. Really enjoyed watching Mick do his stuff in Minecraft yesterday, although, you know, unfortunately he had a few hiccups with the internet. Alright, let's do a couple other things first. Let's get this back to about 70. Let's go about 70%. This thing is quite the... Oh, I gotta put my yoke back on. There we go. Alright, let's get out here on the runway, get lined up. Get our headings dialed in. You know what? I kind of like this. Yeah, let's get a shot of this before we depart. Kind of like the look of the sky here, the background. There we go. All right. Okie doke. Let's go. I gotta get this dialed into 333. All right. And away we go. Ooh, I forgot to lock the tail wheel. Oh, come on! Oh my god. Come on, lift off, plane. Wow. There we go. Finally. Whew. By the air of our chinny chin chin. Man. Okay, that didn't quite go according to plan. Goodness gracious. I had chicken nuggets for dinner last night at Mellow. Oh, see, now Joseph's going to have to get in on the act, too. heading of 216. Skinny chips. Skinny fries, you mean? That's a new one on me. I've never heard of skinny fries. Well, I guess, yeah, I guess I could. String fries, yeah, that makes sense. Wow, this thing really wants to nose over today. Honey mustard. The McDonald's I normally order from didn't have any of the ranch sauces, which I usually get, so I got the honey mustard instead. Now it wants to climb. Alright, now we're finally heading in the right direction. No, just the 10. No, I wasn't. I was hungry, but not that hungry, Mela. No. Alright. Now all of a sudden Discord gets active. Of course. Alright. See, I never know when somebody's messaging me or it's just somebody's posting in another Discord. It's like they all come up at the same time. There's like 3 of them. Alright, let's go ahead and... Right, we're intercepting that. Let's go ahead and transfer frequencies. We want to go on a heading of... I had the 40. I don't doubt that, Amila. I don't doubt that at all. 266 is our heading. We can get... 266. Excuse me. Okay. Fly this that way just a bit. This down in. Okay, here we are. Oops. All right, now we can go hit the autopilot, heading, altitude hold. Oop. Oh wow, look at that. Just suddenly nose right over, but now it's kind of settling down. Alright, let's go ahead and thin our mixture just a bit. Alright, there we are. We're on our way. Yes, I have. I have tried the sweet and sour, yep. I don't think I've done it, had it recently, but I have tried it, yeah. "31 nautical miles to our second nav point. This is a plane, you kind of have to hand fly it for a bit, and then once excuse me, I don't mind it. It's fine. It's just sauce. I don't know. I never really thought about it, to be honest. I mean, I either get honey mustard, or I've done the sweet and sour so often. I don't do the barbecue unless that's like the only option. But generally it's sweet and sour, honey mustard, or ranch. Only two, or only three that I get, usually. So, alright, we're... after a little bit of a weird takeoff, finally on our way to Detroit. Get down something. Okay. So yeah, tomorrow we'll do the F-14 flight. That should be about an hour long once we get in the air. Yeah, it'll just be a fun flight tomorrow. No crazy stunts or anything like that. Had nice Chinese food. Okay, well, I guess that's a good dream to have. I don't know. It kind of tells me you've had bad Chinese food recently, or usually. Alright, so that's telling me the distance to the DME that they're in front of us that we're using for our navigation, our second navigation point. Let's see what else. I think we're set. And we can turn off the lights now. Got the sun behind us. It was an order. I don't usually get sweet and sour. Oh, sweet and sour chicken's awesome. If it's done right, it's really good. Yeah, sweet and sour chicken. Alright, so you notice also that needle's pointing behind us. That's where that non-directional beacon is that we intercepted first. So it's pointing right directly behind us for that. So we're moving out of the range, I think, of that, and this should catch up to our second nav point. Well, let's see. Across the street for lunch, it's usually like about $10. It's quite a lot of food for $10. That's the only place that I've ever gone to. There is a buffet place across town near the university. I've not been in there in quite some time. I have chicken balls from the Chinese shop. Okay. I that doesn't sound very. There's a lot of things that could be taken from that, Joseph. You might want to think about what you just said. Oh, Addies, what are you like? You can't be putting stuff like that in the chat. Because people might go like, yeah, I didn't need to know that. Oh, Addies, 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 Addies. All right. See, you know, if Chris was here, he'd be giving you he would immediately zero in on that, give you a hard time for that. Oh, I gotta dial in our second. It's 11370. Well, I think because I dialed this back to 70 in Mela, I should have had the props, the RPMs. I should have dialed it. I should have kept it close to normal. So yeah, planes like this can be a bit tough to fly because sometimes if you go full throttle right away, then the plane starts to go left. You know, starts to zigzag all over the place. So it's just one of those, you know, things. Good morning, Mick. Nice to see you here. Welcome. Joseph says he has chicken balls from the shop. In case you missed that bit of news earlier, just a few minutes ago, Mick. Yeah, really good stuff on the on Minecraft last night. Oh, you know what? I meant to do some shout outs the other day and I totally, well, I was supposed to do them Wednesday, I think, and I forgot. So let's do a couple shout outs here real quick. I want to do a shout out to Scruffy. Shout out to Sergeant Staff. Shout out to the Viper Strike. Viper's doing the Route 66 flight, but his stuff is more in depth. He has, like I said, PowerPoint presentations. He has all kinds of other information that I usually have. Let's see who else. Another shout out for what? Mick. For those of you who are into Minecraft, especially, if you like a nice chilled stream, watching somebody build and tear something down and build it back up and then tear it down again, there you go. And maybe if you're lucky, if you ask nicely, maybe there'll be a maths lesson in there too. You never know. Oh. Oh. 264 is our. Need to turn just a little bit. I meant to do some shout outs. Gonna get sidetracked last few days, seems like. We gotta really turn here. Oh, it already changed over. Okay. Let's see. Let me make sure we're on the right heading here. 243. Oh, nope. I'm sorry. 243. Nope, 255. What am I? All right, there we go. Okay. So yeah, it was good stuff last night, Mick. Really enjoyed that. I think you're going to have to make Addie's the unofficial note taker, officially the unofficial note taker, idea guru, whatever, for your Minecraft streams. He does tend to come up with a lot of stuff. Let's go to the left just a bit. Make sure we stay on our line as much as possible. Don't miss our nav points. So I don't think Bex wants to do that. I'd say Bex is a good candidate, but I don't think Bex cares about it. So I don't know. You probably have to pay her in Subway sandwiches. Yeah, I know, Mick. Yeah, you do, Joseph. But you gotta keep track of all that, and then when Mick builds it, check it off the list. You know, that way you know what Mick's already done and what projects are in the future. No, I think you did good with I mean, the fire station kind of seemed like there towards the end. It kind of threw you for a loop, trying to figure out some of the stuff. But no, it looks good. All right. We have 104 nautical miles to go to our third nav point. We will later in the builds have a Empire State Building built so good, stuff to look forward to. Yeah. I don't doubt it, Mick. I know you've got a lot of ideas and plans, and somebody's a little antsy to see everything now. I think is what young Addie's is dealing with. He wants to see all that now, not sometime in 2023. He doesn't want. So basically, what he's saying, Mick, is he doesn't want you to sleep or eat or anything else. You got to be on Minecraft 24/7 until everything's done. I could imagine. I mean, it looks like an interesting game, you know, but there's so much you can do. Uh, yeah, yeah, exactly, Mick. There's so much to do in the game. It seems like building and all that it's you can easily get um, because you start one project, you're like, oh, I want to do this other thing, and then next thing you know, it can be, I think it can be overwhelming because there's so many things you can come up with. You know, that's the I think that's the tricky part is there's so much you can do. It's just up to your imagination, and then of course you have to sort out the materials and the and all that. Um, I take my vitamins. All right. Plus you have to find pictures of the place and all that, and try to come up with some idea how you're going to do it um, in Minecraft. That it looks, you can see it's the Empire State Building. You know, it's very clear what it is. Uh, I don't know, Noah. I mean, the weather in the city is far different from mine. I can tell you that. Yesterday it got up to 70 again, and like I had to open up the windows and everything. It was quite warm. It stayed pretty warm last night. I didn't go to bed till almost midnight. I was trying to sort out that new jet trainer plane from India Foxed Echo. Yeah, it was something else. Taking long to do gives a nice result in the end, and hope people. I think there's a lot of truth to that, Mick. Yeah, I agree. You know, it does take time, and you know, you have an idea in your mind what you want to have, and then you have, you know, you start putting it together, and either your idea evolves because you're like, oh well, I thought about doing it this way, but now I see a different way, and it might be even better. Uh, you know, uh, so yeah, you know, you improve upon your idea once you see like the at least the shape. You know, like you did with the fire department, the firehouse last night. You know, you had an idea, and then you were like, oh, I'm going to do this, and you expanded upon it. You know, but your original idea was, I want to make a fire department building. You know, yeah. And so yeah, you're constantly, you know, like, oh, maybe this roof looks better than this other one, or you know, maybe I need to make it a little bit larger, push it out a little bit more to have more room for other things that I didn't think about. You know, um, so yeah, it's a constantly evolving process. Or you know, you build it and you're like, I'll come back to it later and work on it more, and make some adjustments and fine tune it, so to speak. That's, I think, is the is what you guys usually do. You know, you just have an idea, but you know, I know, like you said, you also look at pictures of things to see what is the, you know, what would this look like, or what's the idea, and we can say, okay, I can do it this way, and we have to build, you know, the if you're going to do the Empire State, you got to build the base of the Empire State Building, and you know, and then build up from there. You know, that's going to take a long time. Depending on how accurate or close to accurate you want it to be, you know, in scale size, I guess. Because I there's a lot of people do that with Legos too. They see something and they're like, okay, if I, like, say somebody wanted to do a Lego version of this plane, they would have to look at all the dimensions, and then they would have to figure out a way to scale it to what's available on for Legos, you know. And some of the results are pretty astounding when people come up, you know, there's, you know, architects that use Legos and they create different things with just with Legos, you know, but they use that math and you know, they put things to a certain scale so that people can see, you know, have a visual reference of their idea. You know, because a drawing is one thing, but if you have a model of it, you know, like I remember when I was in junior high, we had to create. This was before the Bay Area Rapid Transit Station was opened in Castro Valley. They'd been talking about it for years, but it was always, it's going to be there eventually. It's just a matter of time, right? And so they, you know, my teacher said, come up with your idea of what the station might look like. You can use whatever materials you want to use. So I use, like, balsa wood was very readily available at the local hobby store, and so I picked up some balsa wood and created something. It wasn't like the greatest thing ever, but I think the teacher wanted to see people's creativity more than anything, you know. But it was a, you know, of course, it doesn't, the station itself doesn't look like anything that, you know, it looks like a standard BART station. You know, it just has some different design elements to set it apart from other BART stations, but You know, it's not, you know, I don't know. I think it's good, but yeah. Um, but yeah, all that stuff I think is really up to your level of imagination, Mick. You know, what can you come up with? What interesting designs? Yeah, balsa wood is fun to work with. Yeah, I used to I used to have those little balsa planes, balsa wood planes that you put together. They were pretty cheap, and they had like the rubber band propeller. You spun up the rubber band and you launched it, and then it flew for like 5 feet if you were lucky, or it went straight up and then crashed, or just went right into the ground. Yeah, it was the most readily available. And of course, at most hobby shops, you had small tubing of some kind, like brass tubing, very thin, small stuff that you could use to, like really yeah, they were a lot of fun. Yeah, absolutely. Um, you know, I think that, but when you're young, you just want to complete the assignment. You don't really care, how, but the more effort you put into it and to make it look, you know, uh, look better, whatever. It's really up to the person, um, but yeah, I enjoy stuff like that. I always wanted to be an architect, but I never. All right, take care, Milla. Catch you later. Um, I couldn't get my head wrapped around even algebra. Like I struggled with that. I think I made it through pre-algebra, and that was as far. But um, enjoy work, but don't work too hard. Oh, Joseph. Um, but yeah, I couldn't. I wish I had done, better with math, because you got to get through calculus and stuff like that, and trigonometry and geometry and all this advanced stuff. And, but I like architectural design. I like to see, like certain design aspects like Art Deco or mid-century modern stuff like that, and just see what the architects came up with to make that house unique. For instance, just like most public libraries here in America, the design is um, from what I've read, it's like a very progressive design. It's you know almost like a Bauhaus sort of way of designing something. It's functional, you know. But anyway, I'm probably talking about stuff that everybody's like, I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, I always like stuff like that. Fascinated by old buildings, how they have stood for, yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Well, because people want to go the cheaper route today, so the building is built with materials that aren't very um, stable sometimes. But yeah, like in Savannah, all those old brick buildings. Even around here, there's a lot of old brick buildings downtown that are still standing that have been here for ages. They might need a patch up here and there, but generally they're all standing. You know, But a lot of them are just sitting around being unused. You know, a lot of stuff got turned into student dorms. Hello, Vengeful. Happy Friday. Excuse me, happy Friday to you as well. We are 64 nautical miles out from our third navigation point. From there, we're gonna turn in towards Willow Run, I think it is. Yep, Willow Run Airport in Detroit. So, yeah, that's about it. Nothing too fancy. See if we can have a good landing here in a little while. Hopefully you're doing well. Friday party. Yeah, we're just cruising right along here. Oh, nice. Off for the weekend. Excellent. Later today, kind of plugging some stuff. Captain Arash will be... Hey, what, Joseph? You say hey. What do you mean, hey? It's like you saying wow, Joseph. You just say stuff, and then everybody's like, what are you talking about? Captain Arash will be part of the... Did I do that wrong? I think I did. I did. Okay, there we go. He'll be part of the Microsoft Friday live stream later today. I think it'll be like 2 or 3 East Coast time. But anyway, he'll be part of that stream over on the Microsoft Flight Simulator Twitch channel, showcasing some of the new and interesting stuff here in Canada. Daffy cosine. There's a chore list. Oh, of course. Just because you have a day off doesn't mean you really get a day off. You got a to-do list. All the things that you've been putting off because you've been busy. All right, it looks like it's going to be about ad time here, folks. Sorry. Bear with the ads. Can I request a glacier bush trip? Bush trip. Well, I'll wait till the ads are done and then we'll talk about it. Because I know, I think you guys can't see me or heading to the old Rust. Yeah. So yeah, let's get through the ads first, because I never know how long they're going to last. It's like 3 minutes or something like that. But if you can hear me, Vengeful. Oh, you don't. Yeah, Mick doesn't get the ads because he's a sub. Oh, maybe Vengeful, you might not get ads because, Are you a? I think you were a. Oh, somebody gave you a subscription. I think you're a 2 month subscriber, so you should be able to hear me then and see me. Yeah, yeah, exactly. But anyway, if you can, um, what what area are you talking about specifically? I mean, I've done, I know up in Alaska. Um, there's, I think if you um, take off from the main airport there in Alaska near Anchorage. I think if you take off and you hang a right, there's like a bunch of glaciers through there. Uh, Whitefish. Ah, Whitefish, Montana. Okay, I'd have to take a look at that. Matter of fact, well, let's look because this isn't too long of a flight. We still got a little bit left to go, but we got a few minutes afterwards that before we wrap things up for the day, we could look at that real quick, and I can put that on the list sometime later this month. Um, okay, yeah, okay, glaciers and Montana. Okay, I mean we've got the Kit Fox, which would be perfect for it, or even the Kodiak 100 would be sufficient. Um, uh, those are a dime a dozen. We want to see the fast. Oh, okay. Is that what you're? So the ones in Montana are you saying that those are the fast dying ones? I'm guessing that's why you suggested it. Adjacent to the Canadian province of Alberta and British Columbia, the park encompasses more than 1 million acres. Includes parts of 2 mountain ranges, more than 130 named lakes, and more than 1,000 direct species of plants and hundreds of species of animals. Interesting. Okay. I mean, we could do that. I would have to find a nearby airport to depart from. Okay, yeah, we can do that. I can. Uh, I just Googled it, and so I kind of see the area, the surrounding area, and I would just have to find a airport that we can take off from, and we could fly. I could see. I mean, there's a couple different places how we could fly it different ways, but yeah, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. We could do that sometime. Yeah, I don't think I've flown in Montana, but not like it's just like passing through. Uh, yeah, yeah, we can do that for a fun flight, maybe a couple Saturdays from now. Why did this suddenly go off track? That's weird. All right, we're finally getting the signal. Yeah, I could plan that for. Can we pass over another airport? No. But it's Switzerland, America. Oh, okay. Yeah, we could do that in a couple of Saturdays, I think. I'll put that on the, like on a Saturday stream. Maybe, let's see. It was the 8th, 15th. Maybe like the 22nd of October we could do that. On a Saturday stream. Just for a fun flight. That's some nice scenery. I think there's a, well, Great Falls would be a very long flight. I'm sure there's got to be another closer airport somewhere. I just got to find it. Oh. Yeah, but I'll have a look. Whitefish, Missoula, or brownie. Okay, whitefish. Okay, yeah, whitefish would probably be the closest. I'm sure there's like a little airport there somewhere. Um, Maybe like a small regional airport or something. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. But yeah, I can. Um, I'll come up with something. Yeah, like in a couple of Saturdays, we'll do that. That's not unreasonable. Um, yeah, yeah, that's definitely doable. And we could do that like in the Kodiak, or not the Kodiak, the Kit Fox. 'Cause that's what it's really made for. I wish we had a. I thought they were supposed to come up with a Kit Fox or a Kodiak. One of them was supposed to be like a floater plane as well, and I guess that's still in the works. But that would be awesome. And be able to land and take off on a lake with those. That'd be some really true bush flying then. Yeah, we can definitely do that. It's not a. Yeah, yeah. Well, like the some of the pontoon ones are a bit like, or even well, we could even use the what do you call it? PC6 would be great. That might even be better because it could handle the altitude, I think, a little bit better. Um, but yeah, like some of the pontoon planes, there's not a lot uh, down in lakes. And you have a lake 8,000 feet above another lake above. Yeah, yeah. That's why it was saying there's like 1,000 lakes within that, well, that whole area, and all that's because of the glacier melting. It's weird because it seems to me, and I might be wrong, but it's kind of like the glacier melting creates lakes which supports the wildlife in the area, but we don't want the glacier to melt too much. You know, like there's, you know, it's like where's the balance? You know, that it provides a habitat for fish and wildlife. But I don't know. We used to free range there. Oh, nice. But yeah, we'll definitely put that on the. We could do that in like 2 weeks from tomorrow. Oh, I forgot to mention, kind of switching subjects here real quick. The Stealth Fighter was released last night. Now, I put it on my wish list. The only problem I have is that the developer who put it out, it's their first product on uh, but winter, which is 8 months out of the year, snowmobile or snowshoes only. Yeah, there was a lot of places in Alaska that are like that. That after a certain point, you either have to snowshoe or cross country ski, or you gotta have a snowmobile to get around. Um, but yeah, it looks good, but I don't know who the developer is. I'm a bit um, suspect. You know, because you know it's a fascinating piece of technology, but uh, I don't know um, the history of the developer if they're good quality or not. Also, there was somebody did a airport for Monterey, California, which I've flown in and out of before. Again, another new developer to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Not 100% sure about the quality of their products. It's on the wish list, but I'm going to wait to see what the overall feeling is of once if enough people buy it and there's a you know but the M346 was definitely an easy yes, um, but they does have its issues, I should say. Hopefully those get sorted soon. All right, we need to kind of start losing some altitude here. Other way, other way, other way, other way, other way. There we go. But yeah, we can do that. I'll look at see what airports are around there, eventual, and try to find a suitable plane for the flight. Uh, it'll probably be we'll just take off and try to fly through the mountains and the glaciers and all that, and then see if we can't come up with some kind of a path to get from one airport to another, but we'll go through some nice scenery and all that. All right. I need to tune in. Sorry. 109. Let's get that ILS frequency dialed in now. 109.5. Oh, got that. All right. That connects both sides. Oh, okay. All right. We'll definitely do that. That's not an unreasonable request. Not that I've not done requests too much. um, only because it for quite a while it was always people only wanted to see the jetliners and that was it, and it was always same areas. Oh, can you fly from here to here? And it's like I just did that like last week or 2 weeks ago. Yeah, but I wasn't in the I wasn't in the stream. Um, but worst job in the land, in my opinion, makes my hands sweat watching them work. um, yeah, we did. I did do like viewer requested flights for some time, but it was always the same. Nobody ever had anything original. Oh no, I think it would be fine. I used to do early on when I first started streaming this, and I came up with like a scenic Sunday. We would take off and fly somewhere and just enjoy the scenery. It was supposed to be a nice, relaxing flight on a Sunday morning. Mick would have his latte and his sandwich, and you know, sit back in the recliner and relax and all that. So no, it's not. It's fine. I don't mind doing that. We haven't done a like just a planned scenic flight in some time, but yeah, I think that's not a problem. We can do that on a. Uh, yeah, yeah, you did. Yeah, absolutely, Mick. Yeah, Mick had some great ones. We did fly over in Alaska. Did that one. Yeah. So yeah, I don't mind that. I think it would be a neat kind of a thing to do on a Saturday. Nice relaxing flight along the Glacier Mountain Range there in Montana going into Canada. So yeah, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, that was it started off like a good idea, and then it was just like it was always, oh, can you fly from here to here in this jetliner? So yeah, it was. And then when I'd say, well, I can't do it today. Well, why not today? Can't you do it today? No, I'm not doing it today. I'm on a flight already. Once I'm landing, I'm done. you know. All right, 243 is our next heading. Yeah, a lot of people had a hard time hearing the word no. They did not like to hear that. But yeah, I don't mind doing like a Saturday flight every so often. I used to stream 7 days a week, and it just got to be too much coming up with plans and interesting places to fly and stuff like that. So it was just starting to get burned out. I know there's another YouTuber who he'd do a lot of like he'd get products on the Xbox, he'd buy it, review it, you know, so that way people. But he got a lot of people were donating or whatever, so he had money that he could. It wasn't necessarily out of his pocket, but he had he had a breakdown. Like um, he hasn't streamed in a while, although he said he'll be back soon. But you know, oh yeah, I'm doing for Halloween. I'm going to take off from MacArthur Airport in Long Island, which is near Amityville, New York, where the Amityville horror myth started. And then we'll go up to Boston Logan, which is the closest to where Salem is. That's the closest airport. So it's not a very long flight, really, depending on what aircraft I pick. But yeah, we can do that. I have that planned for Halloween Day. Yeah, on that last Monday of October. So we'll take a break from flying the Junkers 52, but I'll find something to fly from MacArthur, Long Island Airport to, because I had to look to see what were the closest airports, and those were, because I thought there would have been an actual airport near Salem, but maybe not. You know, like a small regional airport. All right, real quick, let's have a looky here. We need to be at 2,400 feet. Oh, okay, 14-hour drive. Whew. That's almost two days of driving. You start in the morning and drive till late afternoon, stop for the evening for dinner and place to crash. All right, we need to go a little bit low. No, to do that. Other way. Okay, so we're 12 nautical miles out from that. Oh, quick turn, just a little small adjustment. Yeah. Well, there's a whole history behind what happened in Salem that, you know, people are only discovering now. That what led to the whole thing. That it's just, you know, thinking about it in today's world, it's insane to think that it happened that way. But yeah, we'll definitely do that. So yeah, tomorrow's mixed flight. He wanted to do. Basically, we're taking off from Brownsville. It's the closest airport to the SpaceX headquarters. They're not far from Brownsville, Texas. They don't have like their own airport per se built. I'm sure they do. It's just not in the sim. All right, let's see. We should be close enough that we should be able to. Oh, maybe not. There it is. What's our final heading? Final heading will be 233. Okay. Oh, it's right there. Look at that. Alright, I think... Well, it's about that time, folks. I'm going to focus on getting us on the ground nice and safe. So I do apologize in advance if I missed anybody's message. Now I think what I read was go get these back up to 100. The full pressure back down to there. Alright, let's go ahead and get ready to put this on the ground manually. Alright, I'll catch up with the chat once we're on the ground. Got the plane under control. I guess I didn't need to load up too much fuel. I think if we'd put in like 65, we would have been more than prepared for today's flight. Do appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out today. This Friday morning. I'm waiting for Joseph to put in his. It's been amazing, Rob. I guess he can't be bothered right now. Probably watching somebody else's stream. Mick, are you going to be on later today, or is the internet still suspect, so you're not going to be streaming tonight? Or is it to be determined? There we go. Now Joseph finally woke up again. Thank you, Joseph. It's okay. It's okay flying. I'm not like the best at it by any stretch. I just try to do what I can and fly again tomorrow, you know. Learn from the mistakes. That's all you can do. I will stream tonight. Anything in particular, or is it FIFA 23 again, or trucks, or what is the agenda, if you want to say? The good thing about wearing bifocals is I can kind of turn my head to the left just enough to catch a glimpse of the laptop and read a quick comment. I remember those. As I was coming in for approach, that's when everybody'd come in asking questions. It's like, I'm trying to land. And then I'd almost miss the landing, and it just turns into a big old hot mess. And of course, the knuckleheads on the other end sit there and laugh their numpty asses off. Oh, we made him look like a fool. My favorite was like, why aren't you going faster? I'm at 37,000 feet. I'm going as fast as I'm supposed to go. No, you're not. You need to go faster. No, I'm going as fast as I'm supposed to go. Make the plane go faster. No. Oh, I don't miss that at all on YouTube. Depends on what others are doing. Well, Jody asked what everybody's up to tonight, so I'm like, I don't know. I'm not the official secretary for anybody. Stream scheduler, I don't know. Why don't people talk to one another? I don't get it. Why do I have to be the middle person? Well, I'll be there either way. Whatever it turns out to be. As long as it does not involve Addie swearing like a worse than a drunken sailor. Boy. All right, little bump, little bump, little bump, little bump. Little bump, little bump. Ooh. Ooh. Well, that's better than we've done before. We did kind of come in, I think, a little bit better. Ooh. Wow, look at this. Boy, it really wanted to... Oh, and then the game crashes. Oh! Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me. Yep, the game just CTD'd. Wow. Yeah, it just suddenly, like, it was fine, and then all of a sudden the game just, like, I went outside to look to see, to try to get us, make sure we stayed on the runway, and then the game just crashed. Fan-frickin-tastic. Alright, I'm coming back in. It wasn't a bad landing. I mean, it was better than I've had before. Like, I feel like it was, we were doing good. It was just, oh, man, I can't believe that. Like, why? Why? Yeah, it just, well, that flight's completely gone. Well, yeah, but I don't get credit for the hours. That's the thing. because it did that. The hour that hour and some odd that I just did will not be in the logbook. It's that's just lost time. Oh my god. Why? I don't quite get it. Like why did it suddenly just I don't know. The flight plan was all wonky because it was like zigzagging, it wasn't like a straight, like shot through or whatever. I don't know how to explain it, but let me just see if the hours are completely gone. Oh man. Wow. That is just like if it happens, like if I'm flying on my own, you know, uh off stream, it doesn't bother me so much, but it's so heartbreaking and just like frustrating when it happens. uh yeah, well, it'd be nice if you could, Mick, but I don't know how they would do that in the sim. I think that's something that people have been asking, some kind of a save, but I think they're looking into it, but I don't know. But man, let's see. I bet you that all that time is gone. Logbook. Yep, it didn't even register it. Well, I'm not even going to put the time in on FS Hub. I mean, I could, but yeah, let me do that. Hold on. I'm going to get credit for it one way or the other. Although it's not going to give me credit to get to 200 hours. I don't understand it. Oh, I can't even put a time in. I can estimate. What the heck? C. What was it? Hold on. CYZD. Let's say 11:20. That's usually my departure time. 2 KYIP. Let's see. I'll say 12:50. I guess that's close enough for government work. Oh, aircraft, duh. Beechcraft Delta, or Beechcraft 18, there it is. Submit. Yeah, at least I'll get the hours counted on miles for Firefly, but man, that is just wow. That's just unfortunate. I don't get it. I don't know what happened, but it's again one of those mysteries. Oh, let's look at let me swap planes. Let's have a look here at the let's go to the where's my Kodiak? Not the Kodiak, the Kit Fox. There it is. We'll just pick that one for right now. That's fine. Oh man, unbelievable. All right, there's Bismarck, Winnipeg, Great Falls. Let me just put live everything just so that. Okay, there's Great Falls. There's Billings, Montana. There's Helena, Wolf Creek, Great Falls. River Warrior. Red Cliff. I'm going to have to advance the time a little bit just so I can have a better idea. There we go. Butte, Montana. Oh, okay, there's Missoula. So Whitefish should be right around here somewhere. If there's Missoula, Whitefish should be like... Alright, there's that. Pappy Boynton Field. Oh, huh. Nice, the famous Marine fighter pilot from Bob Black Sheep. Millwood Country Homes, Green Bluff. Clark Fork, East Hope. So if we found Missoula, okay, there's Missoula, so Whitefish should be right around here somewhere, I think. Thompson Falls. Trout Creek. Oh, wonder how I got that name. It's nothing but missile bunkers and air. Oh, Northwest. Okay, I found Missoula. Right. Where'd it go? Missoula's like right there. So Whitefish should be like right around here somewhere, shouldn't it? I thought. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, now, yep, there it is. All right, now I recognize the names. All right, so yeah, there's a small airport right there in Whitefish. It's grass, so which would be perfect for the Kit Fox to take off from. We would just have to start on a runway, and then everything is right there. So we just have to fly. Once we take off, hang a right, and come through here up this way. And then we could land right there at Langton Airstrip. Yeah, we could do that. That's perfectly doable on a Saturday and a couple Saturdays from now. Oh, there is a larger Glacier Park airport there. We could do that, but I think if we take off from here, at least we just take off, and then we can kind of come through this valley or something. You know, wind our way through, and then just kind of follow this along, and we can zigzag through the mountains or whatever. You know, just kind of follow it and on up through here, and then land right there. Yeah, larger. Hold on a second. I missed you. But yeah, yeah, I think that would be sufficient for the Kit Fox. It should be fine. Or we could take off, kind of come across this lake, and then fly through. We could find a path through here, maybe, possibly. I don't know, or we'll find something. But yeah, that's perfectly doable. We could do that. Just out of curiosity, if we just go from here, depart to. And neither one of these are towered fields, so we just have to kind of get there on our own, so to speak. Arrival. That is 17 minutes, but we can stretch that out. You know, we can take our time. We'll do it in this maybe the slower, the low and slow. That makes it about 26 minutes, but we can kind of circle around a little bit. You know, if we want, but that at least gives us a destination where we can land at. Well, actually, or we can go up even further. There's another Moose City. Oh, that sounds even better. There we go. We'll go all the way to Moose City. There we go. Oh, there's Banff. Or there's a golf course here that's part of the. I think there's one near here. Oh, yep, there it is. PGA Tour used to go up there and play a championship up there. So yeah, we could do that. Boy, you could really go. You could do multiple legs through here. Columbia Icefield Skywalk. Ooh. That sounds interesting. Yeah, you could go all the way. Wow. You could certainly do it, do a couple legs to make it interesting. But yeah, we could do that. Whitefish to Eureka. So yeah, that's that's definitely doable. So yeah, we could do that on about 2 weeks from tomorrow. Well, anyway, that's going to wrap it up for today, folks. Sorry that the sim had its own agenda. I don't know what happened. I don't know why. We were doing really good. We came in on a good approach, I think. And the wow, what, Joseph? You say wow. Once again with these one-word posts in the chat, Joseph. What's the wow for? Can you elaborate? Wow, what? What are you wowing about? If you care to explain yourself. I never know with you, Joseph. You just say wow like like it's no big deal. And everybody's like, what do you, is it something you saw outside your bedroom window? Or I don't know. You never know with Joseph. He just says wow for the fun of it. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow in the F-14. Yeah, no worries. Okay, you're welcome, Joseph. I guess the wow, I don't know what the wow meant, but sure. So tomorrow we're going to take off from Brownsville, which is right down. That's too far. It's like right here. Brownsville. I gotta find it. Oh, here's my town. It said Robstown. There's my town. Yeah, it's like trying to find Brownsville. It gets lost in the names here. Kingsville, Corpus Christi. I know it's not that far along the coast, but anyway, Brownsville to oh well, it's the whole world, Joseph. You can fly anywhere. It's the whole world. It's not just a map. It's the whole world. I mean, that's just points of interest on Europe. There's the UK, there's Italy, there's Spain and Portugal, Germany, France. It's the whole world, Joseph, not just a map. You got all of South America. We've only been a couple places in South America, the Caribbean. There's all kinds of. The world is big, not just the map. The world is big, Joseph. So anyway, F-14, we're going to take off from Brownsville and heading over to, where is it? I'll show you our destination. Right there. The NASA shuttle landing facility. The long runway the shuttle would land on eventually, instead of that landing all the way over in California and they'd have to ferry it back. But we're taking off from somewhere over here. I know that. Oh, there's Brownsville. Now I find it, of course. Brownsville South, Padre Island. So we're going to start up here and we'll taxi out, get in the air, skedaddle across the Gulf of Mexico, come in over Florida, and then we'll come in landing right there. So, yeah, that's why they say in Microsoft Flight Simulator you can fly anywhere in the world. As long as there's a runway or somewhere to land and take off from, you can come up with anything. It's up to your, just like Mick and his Minecrafting. It's entirely up to you. But then again, the sim sometimes has its own agenda and will crash on you and say, no, sorry. But anyway, that'll do for today, folks. I wonder if I had flown in somewhere else. I thought that would have been a nice place to land at. Here, maybe if I'd flown into Wayne County here instead of here. Because I think this airport's no longer open. They've only got this runway and this runway. It looks like they've done a lot of extensive work. Some of the runways are closed off, like this one and this one are both closed. But I wonder if that's why the game crashed, because it was like we were landing at technically a closed airport. So we should have probably gone here instead, and we probably would have been fine. But oh well, what can you do? Anyway, that'll do it for today. Thank you all for coming in, hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed it, despite the hiccup. We'll see you tomorrow morning in the F-14. Get the plane started up so we get the tingles. We like the tingles when the plane starts up, don't we? It's always a good time, good feeling when we get the F-14 fired up. Anyway, 7:10 Eastern, 11:10 UTC, 12:10 UK tomorrow. Do enjoy the rest of your Friday morning, afternoon, evening, early Saturday, depending on where you are in the world. I have been and always shall be your host and pilot, despite what the flippins sim wants to do. Your host and pilot, Uncle B. Until tomorrow, peace, live long and prosper.